This video is going to be a little different because we want to answer some questions. Our most popular question is what, Chris?
How do you find a remote job? Where are they? And how do I get hired? Well, we're going to walk you through that right now,
Yep, because we all want to live the RV life and be able to travel anywhere we want to go.
including outside of the RV. You know, we do that. So we're going to start with some of the social media things that you need to think of. If you're not directly involved with social media right now, you need to be, period. Now, I'm not saying Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, not at all. There is social media on the business side. So let's start with LinkedIn. I'm going to explain to you why this is extremely important. So LinkedIn is, we'll call it the business Facebook. As you can see, this is Martha's profile. Martha has a lot of fun on here. She puts whatever the heck she wants. You can see our friend Norma here with all of her travels on there. But LinkedIn serves an extremely important purpose in the remote work space. And I'm going to show you why. So as you can tell on Martha's account right here, there's a little thing called jobs. Well, that's where everybody's looking for the jobs, but I don't want you to actually look at jobs. So if you want to find a remote work, come into jobs and then come over here to resume builder. So go ahead. You were going to say something.
Yep.
All right.
I'm watching too.
All right. So if you set up an account in LinkedIn, you can go into resume builder and you can create the resume from your profile. So we're going to title this Martha Goes Viral. That's the name of Martha's job. So we're going to, oh, nope, they don't like that. All right. Job title. It has to be something real. Okay. CEO. What do you think? You're going to be the CEO?
I am the CEO.
That's right.
Venturesome Couple.
So you can go into LinkedIn. You can take your resume, or in this case, your profile, and build it out in LinkedIn. And LinkedIn will come in here and take everything that you have in your profile and build it out into a standard resume. Now, with Martha's stuff, we don't have hers in there because honestly, Martha's not looking for another job. She's got enough work as it is.
So that's just an example for you where to go to build your own resume. I don't have my profile fully filled out like Chris does.
That's right. Because honestly, Martha's not looking for work and not looking for remote work. The reason we're showing you LinkedIn isn't necessarily just from the finding the aspect of, okay, how do I find a job? But LinkedIn has an AI component or artificial intelligence in the premium. So I'm going to click over here and I'm going to click to mine. So this is my account. And as you can see right here, we have LinkedIn Premium. Just a FYI, if you're a veteran, go to the VA website, type in LinkedIn. It's free for premium for a year. So I upgraded in November, got it for free. The reason that is important, LinkedIn Premium offers you a more robust AI component. So you can come in here and dig into interview prep, resume builder. And what I liked about it for me is when you go into the resume builder, you can actually pull up all of the key phrases that a search engine or a bot is going to use to scan your resume to see if your job gets sent to the hiring manager. So the reality is the old school way of having a piece of paper and walking in with your resume is dead.
Yeah, I agree.
So when Martha was in recruiting, applications came into her from online. She didn't see it until it got scanned by the computer. And that way only qualified candidates came through. But if you don't know what words to put into the computer, the resume will never get to Martha where she could actually read the resume and go, hey, hiring manager, this person's a good fit for your organization. Take advantage of LinkedIn, go into the site, build your entire profile. It's time consuming, and do the AI. Because if you don't have AI, you're not going to be in front of the hiring manager. And that sucks.
Yeah. And also double check when you upload your resume and it'll say transfer over, you want to go through and make sure everything got transferred correctly. Because we were playing around with Chris's LinkedIn for his resume building earlier. And we had to go in there. Well, he had to go in there and do some edits. And then I just looked over it. So I used to be a behavioral healthcare recruiter, so that's where my expertise comes in there.
And clearly I'm in HR. You all know that by now. So when I see a resume, it's already been filtered through the computer. It's been filtered through myself before we turn it over to the hiring team to look at and go, okay, is this somebody we want to interview? Take advantage of artificial intelligence and put it to work. So get onto LinkedIn. So now that you've got your LinkedIn resume on here and you've used AI to filter out the keywords to make sure you get in front of the candidates, don't hesitate to go and look for jobs.
Another great resource to look online for jobs is Indeed.
Indeed, it is. That's right now, I would say, the primary search engine for all employers or the primary posting place of all open positions. Indeed has a awesome list of the 100 best remote work companies in 2024. And guess what? We're 2 weeks out from 2024.
I know, pretty scary, right? This year went by so fast.
It did.
So, one thing I want to talk about on here is definitely look at the scores for these companies. We'll say Microsoft overall rating, and these are by employees 4.2, workplace happiness. That makes a huge difference. You want to make sure you're happy in the workplace.
Yeah. And as far as scales, I'll put this in perspective. Indeed's rating is based on 5 stars. So a 4.2 out of 5 stars is really good. That's a good company. Workplace happiness is out of 100. So an 83, not bad.
Yeah.
And as you go along, you can see that these companies have flexibility scores.
Yes.
Same thing, that's out of 100. Find the company that fits the lifestyle that you want to live and the remote work that fits your skill set.
Absolutely. Research these companies off of Indeed. So you want to open a new search engine and just type in the company, go directly to their website, make sure their mission and vision and goals will align with you. So when you do get that interview, you want to make sure you're interviewing that company to ensure that's a good fit for you and not just them.
Absolutely the truth, because an interview is a two-way street, and a lot of times people forget that you're interviewing the company. So the power's in your hands, because if they offer you the job, you can still say no.
Yeah.
Finding the right company is the way to go. So now we've got that there. Now we're going to go over and actually look at jobs. So let's go to finding a job. We know the 100 top jobs. I don't trust it. Martha doesn't trust it. We're going to go find the job. Why is this not doing what I want?
There we go. Home.
Home. Okay. So you can see we pre-populated this remote work. That's what we're talking about right now. So now that you know what company you're looking at, you've already got your LinkedIn account built. You got all your AI specs in there. You're as ready as you can be to find this job. So you go in remote, and we'll start with, let's go with hiring immediately. That's what popped up.
Yeah.
Let's see who's hiring immediately on remote.
And just a FYI, you want to build out your resume and everything on Indeed as well, so it can get a good match for you.
Give you a little insider tip here. Download the PDF off of LinkedIn and upload it into Indeed, and it'll build it for you.
And then double check to make sure everything lines up, because they might not have the right fields or it's moved in a
It'll
different
save
area.
you a huge amount of time. So if you want to be a licensed medical family therapist, boom, $100,000 a year, remote work. But let's be real, not everybody wants to do that. Nobody needs to know about our crazy. So let's go in here. We'll talk about customer service, because these are going to be the jobs that are most available right away. And you can figure out, okay, am I looking at the right job? Where are we going? So here, customer service, you've got almost 5,000 jobs.
Yes.
That's too much, right? Like,
So
you can't filter to that.
Don't be afraid to use the filters. You can go by pay. You can go by part-time, full-time.
So you want $20 an hour. You want a full-time, and you want, there we go, no experience required.
Now, also, let's check the posted by date. That's important. You want to have a job that's been posted within 24 hours. And the reason why, as me as a prior recruiter, the first come, first serve. So you get your applications in quickly, you're going to get an interview and be pushed forward. And then someone that, say, like a week later submits for the job, that job might already be filled, and they're just waiting for that candidate to accept the position. So that's why you want the most current listed jobs.
Yes, and as you can see, we had 24 hours. We got remote. Let's go pay. We'll just leave pay as any, because as soon as I started screwing with that, it limited it down.
And we all know pay is negotiable, right? Based on your experience.
Yeah, that's the recruiter speaking in there. So here you go. If you speak Spanish, they're looking for English as a second language test scoring for $16 an hour, remote in Missouri. You can also come up here and go remote and really tailor, like, okay, so if you're an RVer and you want to have Florida as your domicile, you can do remote Florida. And let's get rid of this hiring immediately. We'll clean up the search.
I think you put remote on the left side and Florida on the right.
No, I screwed this up. So we got to go in here and clean this up. All right, let's just go back to remote and search. There we go. Now, we'll put customer service in. There we go. Now you can come in here like Martha said. Let's look at 24 hours. You want to look at job type. We're going to go full time. And as you said, you can look at what locations. Albuquerque, what the heck?
Why not?
There you go. A remote call rep for 22 to 20, almost $28 an hour in Albuquerque. You're going to have the advantage when you're pulling these jobs because you've already done the legwork on the AI. The only thing you need to do next is go and take this information. If there's anything specific to these call center reps, let's see. We'll look through here. It'll tell you what the responsibilities are. Perfect. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to go into ChatGPT. We're going to cheat a little, guys. Watch this. So we're going to copy this and then we're going to go up here to ChatGPT.
And this is really, really cool.
And then you can type in, we cut and paste that. So write a resume with the following qualifications. And
it's like magic.
It took what I put off the job description or the responsibilities of the job and loaded it into ChatGPT and made life a lot easier for you.
And of course, what you'll want to do is you can copy and paste this in a Word doc, but up here where they have the little parentheses things, you want to make sure you put your actual name, your address, and email address, phone number, everything in there. So you're going to have to go through here and just double check, fill out where it has it designated for you.
And the most important thing when you're using a AI like this to really tailor your resume, my recommendation would be take your resume, cut and paste it into ChatGPT, take the requirements that are on the job that was posted and blend the two so that the verbiage that you're applying to the job with matches what the employer is looking for. Because it goes back to that whole thing with LinkedIn. You want to use the language that the bot or the scrubber, whatever the computer is going to be doing, matches, so that if they're looking for customer service, it shows customer service. It doesn't say that you were a janitor or a cop or a recruiter if you're looking for something different.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you can take the same thing, copy and paste it. Instead of resume, you can say, write a cover letter.
Right. So let's take this. We'll take the objective and we'll take this right here, which is kind of the meat and potatoes of it. These are what we took directly off of their website. You can come in here and then write a cover letter with the following. And
as always, double check what it writes. I mean, it does a really great job, but you want to make sure that it has all your skill sets and things that you've done, your experience.
So now that it's modified your resume and it's written a cover letter, it took the bullet points that you put in there and puts that as your expertise. Now, our recommendation is always about what when it comes to cover letters?
Yeah, just as I said, just go through and make sure that it makes sense to you, you can speak to it, and that it has your experience in your previous jobs.
Yep.
So this is a great way to utilize all these tools, all these bots, and have them work for you.
So one tip that has nothing to do specifically with the AI aspect, although you do need to leverage that, is when you're actually going through the interview process, you need to understand you're not selling the job you used to do. You're selling the skill set that you have. So Martha was a recruiter, but the skills that Martha has is effective communication, verbal skills, nonverbal skills, and emotional intelligence, computers,
Yeah.
Customer service, right? You get the point. Recruiters, the job, the skills are everything that took to be successful in the job. So never underestimate the fact that what you did will apply across a broad spectrum. My job in police is very similar to my job in HR. And the reason that is because de-escalation when people are angry, customer service skills, effective communication, emotional intelligence, the things we're talking about in recruiting,
Yes.
they apply in customer service, they apply in HR, they apply in law enforcement. So know your skills, not your jobs. That makes a big difference. And broaden your thoughts. Look at, hey, this is interesting. I might want to try that.
Yeah. And once again, research the company that you're applying to. That way, you know it. You want to make sure it's a good fit for you as well as for them.
All right. That's one thing that people really do underestimate,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to remote jobs. It's really important to interview the company as it is much they are interviewing you.
Yes.
Because if you're not happy with what the requirements are, if they say you have to be in the office Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and every other Sunday, but you want to be an RV traveler, that's not a good fit for you.
And also their mission and vision and goals. You want to make sure it aligns with you.
Yeah. And there's also the practical side of things. Some jobs say that you have to be hard plugged into a modem with a dedicated Cat6 cable, right? For whatever reason, it says you got to be plugged into a wall and a sticks and bricks. Well, if you're an RVer, that's a problem, right?
Yeah, that happened to one of our friends.
Yes, it did.
Since then, she had changed jobs, but she had to quit the RV life for a little bit and just plug into a sticks and bricks.
Yeah. So we hope this is helpful. And we hope this is something that you can utilize. And of course, when you have comments, where do they go?
So they go obviously on YouTube, but any of our social media platforms, you can reach out to us in email, venturesomecouple@gmail.com. We're happy to answer any of the questions.
Yep. And of course, we can go way more in depth on this. This is just kind of an overview, but most importantly, enjoy every moment, make the most of your travels.
Yeah, don't forget, like and subscribe. So that's very important. It means the world to us. It's free to you. And we definitely appreciate our Venturesome Couple tribe.
And make sure you give us a thumbs up because everything you do makes the algorithm happy and sends this out to more people so we can get more people on the road and out of the cubicle jungle.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day and enjoy every moment.